Fabi, a big struggle between a player that you're starting to get to know quite well. Tell us a bit about today's game.
Yeah, it was a very complex game. It's very tense. I guess we were both, I'm not sure what we were playing for, like if we were playing for a win, or I wasn't sure if he was like hoping to play for an advantage in this type of position or if I was. But the truth is probably somewhere in the middle. But yeah, it was a very original game from the start. I mean, we both started playing, basically freestyling from like, I don't know, move 6 or something.
All the way after a4, it felt like.
Yeah, I mean, there's not like much theory with all these plans where sometimes black puts a knight on e7. It's very rare, and a4, I don't know, maybe this position is already like extremely rare. And yeah, probably already here, like we're in more or less new territory. So I thought this was interesting. I mean, the other possibilities maybe to play knight g7 or maybe to take on e3. This position I didn't like. I was actually thinking about it for a long time, and knight h4 I didn't like. Castle, queen h5, knight d4 long castle. I thought maybe it's okay, but I was very worried because knight on e7 is not well placed.
His attack is coming pretty fast.
Yeah, it's a bit dangerous, so that's why I played this. It's a very like stable move. I'm just trying to get a healthy pawn structure. And he has only one plan now, it's to play f4. So that's what he did. And yeah, I was a bit concerned about these positions, like because I don't have, like, let's say take, pawn takes. I don't have a clear path for counterplay, but his attack is also very slow, so it's hard to judge these. But this would be, I think, the most combative choice from him. And the way he played is kind of logical, but yeah, it's. I felt like in this position, I shouldn't be worse ever. I mean, I'm targeting his queen. I very often have f5, very often have d5. I mean, also endgames are fine, but I wanted to like not force him, but like I wanted to play this version of the endgame with the pawn on g5 rather than the pawn on h6. But he also didn't go for that, which is logical. So we were kind of maneuvering around, and this was ambitious. I mean, of course, he can like play another move and wait for me at some point to take on e3, but he went for this, and I thought it's like kind of weird what he's doing, but I wasn't sure. Do I play d5? Do I play f5? Do I play bishop h3? There's so many choices. And I probably played more or less okay.
Yeah. I think at some point you made quite an interesting decision. It was about this moment where you guys started repeating, and you said no.
Well, the thing is, I wasn't 100% sure about after here, this move, rook e5. I wasn't 100% sure about this rook e5, so it bothered me a little bit. And it's not like I was necessarily like avoiding a draw. Like if he had played rook f4, I wasn't sure if because I also have like cd4, and if cd4, bishop d7, I thought was very interesting. So I would have reconsidered, but I like that the f7 pawn is defended in these lines. And rook e5 is no longer really dangerous because I can always just play f6 if I want, or I can take on d4, play bishop d7. How
did you assess this position? Obviously, from far it looks quite dry, but there are some weaknesses on both sides.
Well, you know, I thought like I can't be better. I wasn't sure what the valuation is. Of course, I thought it should be more or less equal. But after I got this, which I thought it was a bit careless for him to allow, I was suddenly optimistic, especially since he got down to like a minute or so. And his pawns are weak, my king is a bit safer. So, but then I couldn't really see any ideas after rook b1, which was, I think, a very nice move. Otherwise, maybe it gets a little bit unpleasant. But now b6 is weak. And here, basically, I could have made a draw with queen c2, but I saw his time, and I was like, let's just keep playing on
Why not?
Some move. And then, yeah, it's always equal, but then suddenly, like, I thought queen c4 is normal, but this seemed dubious to me because he allows this. And now,
do you think he just missed this?
Yeah, well, we spoke after the game, and he said that he missed rook e5, after which, I mean, I see the value still zeros, and yeah, I was expecting this, but suddenly he's down a pawn, so he's the one who should find the draw. And yeah, then I thought I got very optimistic after I consolidated fully. And this moment I was very optimistic. I was even thinking like, maybe I'll just win this game. But maybe I rushed at this moment, yeah, rook b8. I mean, I see this engine is showing that this is dangerous for white. And then the rook goes to e8, which, yeah, maybe if I had played like this, I would have won the game. But I just didn't like see this idea to play rook e5 and stuff.
And the last game just finished right now. Wesley and Nodirbek finally agreed to a draw. Let's continue.
So yeah, maybe rook b was careless. I think I played it very fast because I was still trying. I mean, like we are down to our last minute, so I was trying to keep the pressure up. But he found this really nice move, rook f2, and then I just didn't see ideas.
Yeah, I think this was a very good defensive move. He could have gotten it instead of king g2, rook f2, but once he gets this...
And it's like hard to make a waiting move here.
Yeah.
Like I was thinking king h7 or something, I see king g8, but it's very hard to make a waiting move because he does have a passed d pawn, and it's not like impossible to imagine a scenario where if I don't have checks, then he can sack the c4 pawn, push his d pawn, and it gets double-edged. So yeah, here maybe I kind of chickened out, but I didn't want to play rook b8. I mean, I thought about it for a second. I was just like, I don't even know like what I'm playing for anymore. So I decided against it, but maybe I should have still kept the game going. So yeah, this is just a draw. We both have no choice because this is like kind of important that I have is h5, I think. Oh, even rook f2. I didn't realize I actually just thought h5 like is good enough, but rook f2 just wins. So yeah, that was it.
Fabi Miro was pointing out an interesting fact. You haven't won a single game in the second half of the Superbet Chess Classic in the history of you playing here. What do you need to do to win a game?
But it is like, how many tournaments is it that we've played here? This is like the fourth one?
Yes, I believe so. The first one was Rapid and Blitz, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, in 2019. I don't know. I mean, I think the tournament is going decently, pretty well. I can't complain, but yeah, maybe today I missed some chances to win, and +3 would have been really, really good. But what can you do? I mean, I got a chance perhaps like in very serious mutual time trouble, and maybe I rushed a bit with rook b8, but it is hard to know exactly when the critical decision is like, should I, I went with my intuition, so rook b8 was my intuition, and it didn't really serve me so well in this case. But yeah, it happens.
Well, Fabi, still 2 games to go. You're still in the lead. We'll let you go get your rest, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Thanks.
Guys, back to you.
Thank you, Cristian, and our congratulations to Fabi for keeping